have any major stories that happened last night, but I'm free to talk about any other thing that's going on today. Well, today the president-elect had a ceremony, which was a very moving ceremony for the 400,000 people that lost their lives during COVID 19 or because of the COVID 19. It was a very moving president or ceremony. Sorry about that. And the president-elect Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala-elect uh, um, performed the ceremony. Bannerman, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know why it keeps losing. It keeps kicking me out. I just send a text over to Peter when he wakes up. Hopefully, he'll see that. So, yeah, today the ceremony was held at the Lincoln Mall, where in Washington, just by the Lincoln Memorial there. They had trouble finding 400,000 flags to post up there. So what I'm doing, guys, and I'm talking about news right now, so that way I don't get kicked out because I think the I the the IE is screening and it's seeing that I'm saying testing, and then it's not liking those type of words. So I'm talking about news. Hello from Chicago. How are you?
952-125-7119.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dan Vowles. I'm a freelance videographer, journalist,
952-571-9821. East 1 strictly automatic.
uh, who films breaking news overnight. So any fires, crashes, and or stabbings and shootings, I go to the scene and I record it, and then I send it to the news stations for payment. And that's not a new industry. It's an old industry. It's been around way before my time. And that's what I do. I listen to a bunch of scanners. I have an app that lets me know all the things that are going on in the city and stuff like that. Thank you very much, Pat. It's not easy, but this is what I enjoy doing. I like playing with cameras. I like listening to the radios. I like having all sorts of different types of communications. I'm actually working on getting my ham license so that a bunch of us can communicate with each other around the world. It was a welcome gift for Biden, handing over the U.S. to him over the next week. Yeah, whatever it is, it showed what it showed was um, empathy. What we need, we needed to realize that this was a actual pandemic. Okay, this was real. People died. Now, there's some speculations out there that people are saying that it was people died maybe of a heart attack. But the heart attack was due to COVID, or was it due to an underlining illness that they had? All right. So for the first time since my brother was admitted to the hospital, I've never talked about this before. I never talked about this before, but I was still live streaming, still doing my day to day. But I didn't show and I didn't talk about my brother came down with COVID 19 and he was fighting for his life recently. So recently that just yesterday, um, they took him off the ventilator. Okay. Granted, my brother's a little overweight. We like to eat. That's whatever. Uh, that didn't help the situation, but nevertheless, he had 4 kids, and a wife, and you know, his mom, my mom, and we didn't really take this too well. It's my younger brother, and 9 months, 10 months later, you know, we we are taking care of ourselves, but yet he still managed to get this virus. Um, so 14 days ago he was admitted, and then now he's off the ventilator. He's on 5 liters of oxygen right now. He's going to go through physical therapy and rehabilitation now. Okay, so It is real. And so what we didn't need a president that was talking about, oh, it's not real, it's China's fault, it's this, we're doing that. No, we need to realize that people died. You know, thank God, or whoever you believe in. I believe in God. Whoever you believe, think that it wasn't any one of your family members or it wasn't my family member, because it's real. How you get it, they're still trying to figure that out. I mean, yeah, somebody sneezes, it's on a surface for a few hours, it's on money, it's on coins, it's on here, but wearing a mask wasn't enough for my brother. It was he contracted it. Um and it's just it was shocking, and I wasn't dealing with it very good. I could talk about it now because he is getting better and he's on the road to recovery, and thank God for that. But at the end of the day, it is real. And so when President-elect Biden came out and he acknowledged that and said, "Listen, we need to shine a light through darkness," those are the words. This is a president-elect. This is a person who's been through dark times. And me going through learning about President-elect Biden through the election, he lost his wife and his daughter in a car accident. And then years later he loses a son. So this man has been through, darkness. He's been through the rough times. So he can relate to the people here in the United States and perhaps the world. But right now, his focus is on the United States. So whether or not I think he can do a good job is beyond that. Do I think he has enough apathy and enough to combat this thing? Yeah, I absolutely 100% do believe that. You know, and so he's giving, he's taking over a country in turmoil, a country that, well, you're talking about. I'm talking about his previous wife. You see, you're not understanding his previous wife. He's newly married now. This was back in 1987 where his daughter and his wife died. So definitely try to fact check stuff because you got to know who we were dealing with here. When Donald Trump was elected, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But when you start fact checking stuff, you're like, wow, what? Really? Like any one of you here could have been a better president than him. Would be able to handle things a lot differently. It doesn't make you weak. Doesn't make you weak to care about people, but to care about people's feelings. You want to be a better person? Start caring about people's feelings and start caring about what they need because what you need will come. Okay? What you need will come to you because you're helping other people get what they need. That's just the way it is, you know. So nevertheless, we are at a point where you have a divided country. You got people are thinking about doing damage to the United States. And to me, if you're trying to do damage to your own country, you are a traitor. It's just there's no if ands about it. You're not trying to take nothing back. You don't know what you want. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. Nevertheless, I'm not gonna keep talking about this anymore because I see that comments are coming up about Obama and Trump was what? Trump was POS. Piece of shit. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Yeah, man. I've talked to people in New York City that know him that when he used to manage buildings. Now remember, he never owned property. Okay, he managed buildings. The only actual property that he owned was Trump Towers. Okay, and the plaza, which he sold a year later to the Iranian people. Don't believe me? Look it up. He sold the plaza right across the street from Trump Towers to Iran. So go figure. Anyway, nevertheless, we're in for a better thing. So yeah. Yeah, I tend to ignore it because I can't focus on that when people are can't have a civil conversation. I'm way better than that. I mean, I got my camera, it's back there, but I've got my camera broken when I was filming the riots downtown. Uh, it was a Black Lives Matter protest, and we had some infiltrators come in. They weren't really there for the protest. They were there just to do damage, to make the protest possibly look bad. You could see it coming. It was really like, so I got into a couple fights with people, and my camera like swung forward to the ground when I dropped this guy, and it kind of broke the viewfinder. It didn't break the camera. The camera is damaged. There's a buzzing noise, but you can hardly hear it when I'm filming. But yeah, so I'm really not gonna put I'm 43 years old. I don't have time for that same rhetoric. Because if you ask the same people, if you ask these people about you know Donald Trump, or they mention they just say the same thing he says. They don't say anything different, and they can't fact check anything. It's sad, but whatever it is, you know. I'm gonna go back in your comments and check out what you guys are talking about real quick. Let's see here. Hello from Chicago. All those are made in China. We are a gift to Biden from Mexican, whatever. I don't know what that means. We use this finger, so the camera's anyway. Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's me. It was a welcome gift. Yeah. Pat Voss just subscribed. Thank you, Pat. I was talking to a cop that responded to a suicide. A guy hung himself in a corner, marked it down as COVID because he did get 30 grand from the federal government. So I know the numbers are inflated. Really sorry to hear about your brother. I hear about those stories too. I don't know about 30 grand, but I definitely hear about like somebody died of a heart attack and they counted as COVID. Again, was it COVID? Okay, so if he hung himself, is it because he got COVID? You know what I'm saying? Because I filmed suicides too, didn't make the news, and the people threw themselves from the 43rd floor because they got COVID and they left a note behind. I've been tested positive. I can't breathe. I'm having trouble breathing. So I'm going to end my life. I love my family, love me, but I can't continue on. And they will throw themselves. So is it because of COVID? Yeah. Had they not thrown themselves, if it wasn't for COVID, probably not. So, you know, you got to really understand why people were committing. So there was a lot of suicides during COVID and in New York. But was it because of COVID? Was it the financial? They lost their job. It was too early to tell, but I know it was COVID related. Do you see what I'm saying? But the heart attack, the older lady, she had a heart attack. Find out later she was COVID-19 positive, so they marked it as COVID-19. Got it? Thank you, Jerry Z20. It's airborne. The masks don't protect or defend. Yeah, I know. I think so too. Some people carry it, don't even know they have it, and they give it to others. Yep, that is absolutely right. His wife isn't dead. Obama took terminal too. That's why Obama did 8 years. Yeah, you got it. Trump was a piece of shit 10 years ago, as he is today. Dude isn't in the basement for 9 months. He won't last 2 years before Kamala is president. No, I don't know. Sorry that people can't have a civil conversation. Cool. Everything's cool right now. You know, but yeah, that's the situation. At the same time I'm talking about this, I decided, I'm also testing this Android that I've been waiting for it to come out on for landscape mode because it was out for portrait, but now it's on landscape mode. So that's cool. But yeah, moving on. So I didn't get to film anything today from 11 o'clock till now. There was a small fire in Queens. Doesn't mean anything didn't happen. Um, a lot of stuff happened in Jersey though. There was a multiple shooting in Jersey. There was a car stop. The guy ran and crashed the car, crashed it into the police vehicle, and took off into the woods. And they found him like hours later. Like Jersey's a little out of control. If you're from Jersey, sorry, but um, it's a little wild. I mean, I was tempted to go to Jersey, but Jersey has different rules for press and everything like that. They arrest you fast and stuff like that. You could. Oh, we almost see an accident here. Yeah, so Jersey's a little different for press and stuff like that. It push you back, and if you're not back far enough, they just arrest you and shit. It's just a whole process you have to go through. Um, not a firefighter. I look like DJ Khaled. I've been told that once or twice. How's how is the guy that caught himself on fire? You know what? It's funny. It has nothing came out of it. Like DCPI, the police department, fire department do not want to release any information. Hospital obviously can't release information, so we don't know. The city is like that when it comes to they're labeling it emotionally disturbed person (EDP). So it's not odd that the city don't give you information. I still don't know if it's a male or female. You know, but it will come out sooner or later. You know, so not a firefighter, not an EMT. I am a press videographer reporter. I film news. Press with my camera. And there's other live streams that are a little bit more probably exciting or not. But if you watch Shot in the Dark, it's on Netflix. I'll show you what it looks like. You'll see exactly what I do. Or if you watch the movie Nightcrawler, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'll show you guys my system because they're getting some new guys in here and they don't know. I'll show you what I'm working with over here in a minute when I show you this Shot in the Dark. Shot in the Dark. All right, cool. Oop, all right. Damn, they don't have a better picture. Anyway, let's go back here. No, no. All right, it's to your right. Where's my camera? Whoa, see it gets brighter. That's why I like this phone. Can't see it, man. I have an idea. Screenshot it, minimize it, make it bigger. Now you should see it right there. Oh, oh, wait a minute. There we go. There you go. Shot in the Dark. Watch that. It's on Netflix, and you'll see exactly what I do, guys. Okay? Good deal. It's a pretty cool show. I figured that would happen because he was emotionally disturbed. Yeah. And to set your stuff on fire, man, it's you gotta have balls and you gotta be crazy because I'm sorry, I burned myself just a little bit and it's like the end of the world, you know what I'm saying? Not really, but it hurts to burn yourself like that. And then he set his clothes on fire and he's on fire, man. Not cool at all. He can get the right help he needs so he doesn't do that again. It's about 6:56, just about 7 o'clock here in New York City. That's Eastern Standard Time. Where are you guys from? I know there was a guy that said he was from Chicago or something like that. Anybody else? Where are you guys from in the world? Oh, let me show you the systems for you new people. All right, so we got three Uniden BCT15X radios, and that's a highway units. That's how I know there's a huge accident. This is the local precinct that I'm in right now. This is FDNY Bronx. This is FDNY Manhattan. And down there, that radio is only for Special Operations Division. Now, Special Operations Division, whatever comes over it as huge and newsworthy is gonna be on that frequency. So that radio doesn't move out of that channel. Although that takes about 100 channels, I just keep it on SOD. It's a little older scanner, but it's an oldie but goodie, and it works very well. COVID. Hey, well, that could be. Hold up, that's an alert. Here we go. Jersey pedestrian struck. Pedestrian struck by a car. Checking for injuries. That's in Union City, New Jersey, in the county of Linden. You're looking at about. This is why I don't do Jersey drives. I'll tell you why. 42-minute drive. You think in 42 minutes they're gonna pick him up, put him in an ambulance, and take him away? Yeah. So that's why I don't go to Jersey unless it's Fort Lee, right across the bridge, or it's an officer involved shooting where the scene's gonna stay there for a very long time. What happens if I turn this off? Yep. And check this out. We got snow. We got snow, guys. Look at that bright light. Look how everything is so bright. And like when I look at it in real time, without with the camera, it's really dark. Let me try to zoom. Zoom will make it darker, maybe. Uh, we got snow, guys. We got snow. So I am in the South Bronx, which is on Bruckner Boulevard and Brown Place. If you look it up on Google Maps, I'm right in the parking lot of Dunkin' Donuts. There's two highways. One is to my right and one is to my left. If I want to go north, I can go left. If I want to go south, I go right. If I want to go west, I go right. If I want to go east, I go left. So this is a good spot for me to take off from anywhere and get anywhere in the Bronx and Manhattan, by the way. It's coming down, guys. It's coming down. Let's see what we got for a winter advisory. Here we go. Check it out. Empty. Okay, I don't get it. So I'm gonna have to go to the Weather Channel, which I don't like to go to, but there's a slight delay in this. See? All right, so for the next 40 minutes, it will be up till until 8 o'clock. It'll be snowing. At 11, it'll start raining, and then at 12, the sun will come out, and then at 2, 3, and 4, it will be breezy with winds up to 23 miles an hour. The sun will set at around 5 o'clock, and we're looking at the average temperature of 34 degrees throughout the day, with a high of 39. Let's look at your 7-day forecast. If you're in a state that has the Mega Million, you should have played because, damn, did I put that up too? Okay, you should have played because the Mega Million is at $850 million. Pretty good hunk of change after taxes. Pretty good. Partly cloudy today. It's currently 37 degrees, the high of 41. 54 moderate. And it looks like tomorrow in New York City is going to be Thursday, partly cloudy with a high of 36 degrees. I should do the weather. It's so easy because even if you lie when you do the weather report, people are not mad at you. Like, it's going to be raining all day today, and all of a sudden the sun comes out, like, oh my God, they lied. And nobody's mad at you. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream, guys. Unless you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to see you on the next job. Hopefully it's not snowing when this next job comes out. I'm going home relatively around 12 o'clock and see what we got going on. All right. So thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe. This is not the typical broadcast, although I do want to go live on a daily basis, even if I'm just going to talk about some news or some stuff that's happening. I will update you guys on our website as well for any other local news. We have a team in DC. There is covering the DC situation. If you can check out our website and our YouTube channel, freedomnews.tv on our website and FNTV on YouTube. Our team that is covering the DC activity and some parts of the inauguration for President-elect Joe Biden. I'm here covering New York City and some of the weather report. Okay, guys. Anything else? Go ahead and download the HAPS app so you can stay up to date with any live streams that I do. Or if you don't like this type of content, there's other content on HAPS that you can check out. There's some artists on there that draw very, very good and do some other artsy things. There's some music for musicians. There's politics. There's sports, and they're just people that just go on and talk about whatever you want to talk about. So it's a pretty cool app. Definitely I've enjoyed it so far. Like I said, get it, download it, and make sure you connect all your social medias so you can multicast on HAPS. All right. So I'm Dan Valls reporting from the South Bronx, FNTV.